Hi there, I know it's been a while, but welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, very warm welcome to you, and please be rest assured that subscribing is totally free. Without wasting your time with a long boring intro, let's go into today's video. In today's video, I am talking about very affordable things to do in Cape Town. We often shy away from holiday because we think it's going to be too expensive or that we can never really afford it, but I was surprised to actually find out there's a lot of things to do in Cape Town that are reasonably or fairly priced. Obviously price is relative to everyone, so I do hope that you find this video useful. At number one, going to the beach. Going to the beach is for free. I would just recommend that you choose the beach that you go to wisely, and also the beach is not so pleasant on the 1st of January, and I would say on the 2nd of January, because that is beach day and literally everyone goes to the beach. It is just too packed and not so pleasant for me. It depends, but I would recommend Camps Bay Beach. Beautiful beach. I love the white sand, I love the mountains in the background. And Hout Bay Beach was nice, but it's got a lot of seaweed. There's a lot of seaweed on the sand. Strand Beach is not my favorite. That was very packed because I actually wanted to go on the 1st, but it was like, oops, no. I'm gonna do something else instead. And then obviously at the end of this video, I'm gonna talk about the big elephant in the room, which is traveling costs while you are in Cape Town. I'm not talking about the ticket to fly to Cape Town if you don't live in Cape Town. Okay, affordable thing to do number two would be wine tasting. That may come as a surprise, but wine tasting is actually really affordable. You don't have an excuse for not trying it out. Most wine tastings start from 60 Rand to 150 Rand, and the ones that are 150 Rand are usually your wine and chocolate pairing or your wine and fudge pairing. I went to Aventure Wine Estate. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Aventure or Aventure. And their wine and fudge tasting was only 150 Rand. The last time I checked, Spier Wine Farm has wine and chocolate pairing. That was 125 Rand. Hidden Valley Wines, one of my favorite wine farms, scenic views, very peaceful. Like, I love wine farms personally because I love views and I love to take pictures with nice views and just being in nature. I love nature, so I definitely enjoy wine farms and wine tasting. So their wine and chocolate pairing is also around 120 to 150. It's somewhere there last time I checked. And some good wine farms that I can recommend is Spier, Hidden Valley Wines. I'll leave everything in the description box below. So definitely there's Hidden Valley Wines. There is Starke Conde Wines. Oh, it's a beautiful place. I've been there before, but not when I recently went. It's called Starke Conde Wines, or you might know it popular by the cafe, which is called the Postcard Cafe. There is also Asara Wine Farms. I've never been to Asara, but they have beautiful views. There's a nice wine farm called Vredeinheim Wine Farm, which is actually one of my first wine farms I ever went to. They have cats, so like your lions, leopards and stuff, so you can do that. And I remember the last time I was there, it was 60 Rand just to look at the animals, the cats, the lions, leopards and whatever. The tour was only 60 bucks. So counter in inflation, I highly doubt that now costs more than 100 Rand. So you see that, like, some plus minus 100 Rand for an activity is very reasonable in my opinion, and it's not something so undoable, especially if you're traveling alone or with friends. You can always share costs with friends if you are traveling with friends. So affordable thing to do in Cape Town number three is Hout Bay. If you've never been to Hout Bay, you really need to get to Hout Bay. I've been to Hout Bay before, but recently I went again in last December. It was just a nice vibe because you're far from the city. You are in a little coastal town. So Hout Bay is a coastal town. It's a bit far, but here's the catch. I did not always travel with Uber. I actually used my city bus to go to Hout Bay, because the my city bus, you can get it from Cape Town, Adderley Street, and it will take you all the way to Hout Bay. If I stand to be corrected, but it does take you all the way straight to Hout Bay, and it is gonna cost you less than 100 rand. If you have the card, that is great, but the card is only 35 rand, and the trip to Hout Bay is around 20 rand, because I only loaded 50 rand and I went to Hout Bay and back. I loved Hout Bay because I went on a boat ride which takes you to Daker's Island, or Daker's Island. I think it's called Daker's Island or Daker's Island. I'm not sure if it's English or Afrikaans. So that was a fun experience. It's a boat ride, guys. Who doesn't love a boat ride? If there's a fly flying around, just ignore it. Yeah, who doesn't love a good boat ride? And you get to see penguins. Penguins are so cute. No, not penguins, they're called seals, my bad. You get to see the seals. The seals are so cute, but currently there has been algae that is being a problem in the sea. So seals are very aggressive at the moment, and there has been a lot of seal attacks. So please be careful. Don't come too close to a seal. If you see one, just run, because they've been attacking people. Yeah, the boat ride was 100 rand. Boat ride prices for adults range from 100 rand to 150 rand, and for children it's around 70 rand per child. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Hout Bay, and there's also a really nice place that does fish and chips. I mean, you can't go to Hout Bay and not have fish and chips. That place is known for fish and chips. So, and it was only 80 rand for like a big piece of hake and lots of chips and a nice slice of lemon. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and it was affordable. Like, I was surprised that you can also go to Cape Town, whether you're South African or from another country. If you're from overseas, it's even better for you, because then these things are not going to cost as much, since your currency might be stronger than the rand. So yes, Hout Bay spent 210 rand just for one person. I think that's reasonable, plus the transport, which was under 100 rand. That's reasonable for a full day. And then there's also a beach next to the harbor, so you do the boat ride by the Hout Bay harbor. Right next to the Hout Bay harbor there is a beach, so you can actually do a whole day in Hout Bay, and honestly it's going to be worth your money. Affordable thing to do in Cape Town number 4 is strawberry picking, especially if you are a lady, or you love to make strawberry jam, or you love strawberries like I do. You can go strawberry picking for 65 rand an adult, and you can have a bucket literally this big, like as big as my head, full of strawberries. For kids it's 50 rand, because kids love strawberry picking. But I honestly feel strawberry picking is for anyone. I don't think it's gender specific. I loved it. I did it long ago though, in 2017. Polkadraai strawberries are delicious. These are not your store-bought strawberries. They taste really good. As per my last experience, it was worth it, because the strawberries were big, red, juicy and sweet, unlike the ones you find in the supermarkets. And yes, strawberry picking season is from September to January, so there is a season with the strawberry picking, unfortunately, but obviously because it's nature. Affordable thing to do in Cape Town number 5 is Sea Point. Sea Point is so stunning. I'm sure you've seen it on Blood and Water and on some Netflix shows actually that are American. They love to use that area for filming because it is so scenic. The sea, you get to see the sea. There isn't a great beach at Sea Point, but there is like a promenade. What is it called? A promenade, like a nice path for bike riding, taking a walk, taking a drive, just taking in the view of the sea. And they have nice restaurants, and some people get to stay there if you can afford it. It's a bit pricey if you want to like stay there as your choice of accommodation. When you go to Sea Point, you don't necessarily need to take your own bicycle. You can hire out a bicycle for 90 rand. I found that jaw-droppingly affordable. Do know how to ride a bicycle. You can hire out a bicycle at Sea Point. I think the name is I'll leave the name below of the company, so that you just Google the exact location of it in Sea Point. You can go there straight if you just want to do the bike ride, and it will cost you 90 rand per ride. I'm not sure if it's 90 rand per hour, but I think it's 90 rand for as long as you want to. So the bike has a tracker, so you can take the bike all the way to Camps Bay, to the beach, or if you want, that's if you want like a nice long bike ride. But then the bike does have a tracker, so you have to give them back their bike. And there is also electric scooters that I saw. I just need to find out how much those cost, because I can't ride a bike, and next time I'm definitely going for that option. I will leave the prices of everything in the description box below and somewhere on the video if I forgot to mention it. Affordable thing to do in Cape Town, number 6 would be hiking Lion's Head. I have hiked Lion's Head twice, and in both times I've gotten up the mountain. I've made it, and I'm very, very unfit, very, very unfit. So that is one of my best activities to do in Cape Town. I'll do it even the 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever time, because I do like hiking, and it's nice to climb a mountain. I don't know, it's just it's nice to be very close to nature, and it's free, totally free. The views you get to see are out of this world. That's why I have listed this as something that is nice to do in Cape Town, and that is also very affordable, because they don't even charge an entrance fee, and you are getting access to like top notch views. The mountain is it's a fairly easy hike, but the trick is, do not do the hike when it's hot. The second time I did the hike, it was a bunch of us friends. We woke up early, super early in the morning, so that the sun doesn't tire you while you hike. Sun plus hiking is just not a good combination. You are gonna get too tired, and then it's gonna feel like it's an impossible hike. But yeah, once you get up, coming down is fast. Like that's typical, because like climbing up the mountain is more tiring than just walking down or climbing down. That is number 6. Affordable thing to do, number 7, is, I think it's called Bluebird Cafe in Route 44, Stellenbosch. Very, very pretty place to have breakfast or lunch. I loved their food, and their food was very, very affordable. There are actually affordable restaurants in Cape Town. Like I mentioned, wine tasting is pretty affordable. Like I said, some places even have 50 rand for wine tasting. And with wine tasting, I forgot to mention, you get to actually taste from 3 to 5 wines. Typically average you taste 4 wines, but some wine farms will give you 5 wines, and some will give you 3 wines to taste. So it always depends with the wine farm you've gone to and what they're making you taste. So what does make a wine farm visit a bit more pricey is the restaurants, but there are, for example, like with the Hidden Valley wine farms, they have a restaurant which is for fine dining, and then they have a deck where you can order pizzas and burgers. So I find that, you know, more affordable if you don't have the prices to pay for like a fine dining experience. So yeah, as I was saying, that the most difficult part or challenging part about holidaying or trying to do activities and fun things to do in Cape Town would be transport and how to get from point A to point B. I've mentioned that there's a My City bus. I don't mind using the taxi, but I'm not gonna just I don't mind using taxis, but I'm not just gonna blindly recommend that for someone. Let's say if you don't know the area, it wouldn't be such a great idea. Ubering around is not that pricey. You can use Uber Go if it's just you or 2 people, and also if you are traveling with friends, there is that option of splitting your Uber bills. And I was gonna mention that, yeah, I've mentioned the My City bus, which is affordable. Oh yes, you might also want to consider booking your accommodation either somewhere in between Cape Town and Stellenbosch. That is in the case that you want to explore Stellenbosch as well as Cape Town. It might also there are also some affordable places to book out on Airbnb, like in Belleville, and it's not, you just have to research that you're not staying in a dangerous place. But if you only want to explore Cape Town, there's no point booking anywhere near Stellenbosch when you know you only want to explore Cape Town. So that is for you to figure out. But honestly, when it comes to traveling, your most expensive spend will be your transport, like your flights to and fro, and your accommodation. So I hope that you have found this video useful. There are plenty of things to do in Cape Town. I forgot to mention there is the neighbor goods market in Woodstock, which is free entrance the last time I checked. There is also Boer Cup. You just have to pay to get there. It's in District 6 if I'm not mistaken, and you don't get charged to take pictures with those colorful buildings. I just didn't do it this time, but I would do it next time. And yeah, I hope that this was useful. Another affordable thing to do in Cape Town would be V&A waterfront. You don't have to pay to go to the waterfront, but restaurants at the waterfront tend to be a bit pricey. That I would have to warn you about. There is the wheel, the V&A wheel. You get that for free on your birthday actually, but the actual wheel is a bit of a boring experience in my opinion, because I did it on my birthday and it was free. Maybe if you do it at night it might be better, but it's not, there's nothing too wow about it. It's just it's called a Ferris wheel, right? Yeah, it's just a wheel that goes around and around. And there's also a boat ride that goes for 70 rand at V&A waterfront. I have not tried that boat ride. I don't know if it's good. Please let me know in the comment section what you would like to add and advise to people that is also affordable to do in Cape Town. I love you for watching always. Bye.